Yeet! I have a topic. So, Avengers Infinity War. Spoilers, possible spoilers for that too. But, Avengers Infinity War came out, and honestly, I like Thor now. So, Thor Ragnarok, the movie that came out back in November of last year. I think it's a movie that helped save Thor. So, let's go over this. So, Thor. His first movie came out around, I think 2010, 2011? 2010 or 2011. So, about 7 to 6 years ago. Thor came in, and you watch this movie, it's not good. The villain is the Destroyer, and he's not really interesting. And you put Thor, this god, son of Odin, who lives on Asgard in New Mexico, and it's just a boring place, and you're stuck with these boring people. So, Chris Hemsworth in that movie, he wasn't that great, but Chris Hemsworth is amazing. But how they made Thor in that movie was not good. So, he was boring and stupid. So, you put him in New Mexico, and his love interest is freaking Padme from the prequels. So that's great. Then it's just horrible. Thor 2, Dark Elves, worst villains ever created, really boring, just dumb, just nothing really important happened in that movie, I think, probably just because of the ether, the reality stone type thing, so, that's pretty much it. But when they announced the movies for Phase 3, sorry, I'm fixing my hair because it's really stupid. When they announced the movies for Phase 3, I look stupid now. They announced Thor Ragnarok. Now, the Thor Ragnarok logo was the normal Thor logo. It's dark, greedy type. It's dark, disturbing type look. And, of course, it's just Ragnarok. So, it was that. But you could tell from the logo it was gonna be the same Thor. It was Thor and its boringness. So I was like, oh, meh, here we go. Another horrible Thor movie's coming. Can't wait. So, then, by the time they released the Thor trailer, now, they changed up the logo. They made it more colorful. Now, this helped the movie a lot. How colorful it was, and how good it was to look at. So, stuff on Sakaar, that was fun. It was colorful, it was pretty, and it was fun. Everything on Sakaar was fun, and helped make the movie a lot more fun. And that's the thing that the other Thor movies lacked, and was colorfulness. They put you in these really boring places to where the only colorful place was Asgard. That was pretty much it. New Mexico, I think it was London in the second movie. They're all boring. They're all really boring. Like, in the final scene, it's all cloudy and rainy, and it's just boring. And New Mexico, it's just desert. Boring. That's really boring compared to kind of all the other fights in movies. But when you look at Thor Ragnarok, the fights are actually fun. They're cool. Thor versus Hulk in an arena, it's all colorful. And it's just cool. The final battle in Asgard, it's fun, colorful, and cool. Now, that's what other Thor movies lacked, and helped make this movie give us the Jack Kirby feel of his comics when he made the Thor comic books. And then the next thing was the comedy. Now, when you look at Thor and you look at Jack Kirby's comics, I can't really take this character seriously. So, yes, you can make a Thor comic that is serious. You can make it very serious. There's comics where Thor is pretty serious in the comics, and it's not comedic. It's a serious Thor comic book. But the MCU it was not really that fun. It wasn't fun to watch. It was kind of just boring. I don't really want to see a serious Thor, but when you put him up against these weird things, he's more of a comedic type hero. And then I felt like the comedic side of Thor in this movie was a lot better. And then what's kind of weird is that well, no, never mind, I'm being stupid. But the comedy in the movie helped make the movie, like I said, more fun. It was not making me bored to death of like, oh, Jesus Christ, please make this movie end. He didn't have a stupid another joke in there. So, if anything, that's great. And the boring people from the other two movies weren't there. So yay, like his best friends, boring. His Earth friends, boring. They weren't good characters, and I hated his love interest. Like, she was just meh. So, I'm glad they're all gone, and I hope we never see him again. So, bye. Now, also, Thor Ragnarok made Thor. They gave him an arc. They gave Thor an arc. They killed off Loki in Infinity War. They killed off his dad. And Thor the Dark World did kill off his mother, so he basically lost almost his entire family members. And he lost his hammer. Now, well, that's 4 things that happened to Thor. He lost 4 things. His mother, then his father, then his hammer. Or no, he lost his mother, then his hammer, then his father, then Loki. And then he lost, he lost half of the population of Asgard on the ship to Thanos. 5 things. That's 5 things that's happened to Thor in just 2 movies. Or no, 3. 3 movies. Like, he's been through a lot. They gave him kind of an arc. But Thor Ragnarok and then kind of Infinity War kind of make the arc more interesting. So, now, I think, when I look at Mjolnir, like, don't get me wrong, if you love Mjolnir, that's fine with me. If you like him, or like Mjolnir, that's fine. That's totally fine with me. You can like him if you want. But, looking at Mjolnir in the movies, he wasn't that cool. Why do I keep saying he as it's an actual person? It wasn't as cool, because it's a small little hammer, but controls the power, can help harness his power of being a god of thunder. It seems underwhelming. Now, like, Mjolnir is his original weapon from the comics, and, like, they make it comic book accurate, which is fine. And it does look comic book accurate, and my hair looks stupid. Oof, again. Just leave it like that. So, then, when he lost his hammer, I was like, oh, what are they gonna do? So, I was thinking, like, what other hammers are they going to do for Thor? And I thought, oh, his ultimate Thor hammer. But they didn't call it like the they didn't call it like the Mjolnir 2. They called it Stormbreaker. Stormbreaker is Better A Bill's hammer from the comics. And he was actually in Ragnarok, but he was just a head on one of the buildings. But we know he's in the universe, so we could see him sometime soon. But they changed it up and called it Stormbreaker, so it just cooler, I guess. But if they're gonna introduce Bitter Ray Bill, I don't know what they're gonna call his hammer. So Marvel will figure out a way. They can do really whatever. So, but when I look at Stormbreaker, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a guy who looks like he can harness the power of lightning and thunder. Like, if I would say which one looks cooler, Mjolnir or Stormbreaker, I would say Stormbreaker. Like, you have the handle of Groot's arm, and you have a half side of an axe, and then a hammer. It's pretty cool looking compared to this small little hammer that yeet. It's not that cool to me. So, if like I said, if you like Mjolnir, it's totally fine with me. You can like him or it, but it just doesn't look like a weapon for a god of thunder to use. Stormbreaker looks like a weapon the god of thunder would use. But like I said, doesn't really bother me. Doesn't make me hate Thor, but it's just underwhelming to me. But it just then Avengers Infinity War made him 10 times better by giving with the stuff with Stormbreaker. Like, his part wasn't as interesting. There wasn't really any stakes for his part of the movie. But when we get to the Wakanda battle and you see his entrance and see his hammer fly through all the hordes of enemies, just slicing them up, and then it comes back and you hear the Avengers music in the background and it cues up right as he walks in. Rocket's on his shoulder, Groot's there too. It's just amazing. It's an amazing entrance and shows you how cool he is. And then his power, like I said, his power, that he doesn't really need his hammer to be the god of thunder. He is the god of thunder. Like, that power is inside of him. The power that he uses, like, flows through his body. So he doesn't really need Mjolnir to do that. So, getting to see his eyes turn blue of like lightning and all that. But seeing him run and yell, "Bring me Thanos," and then jumping into the air, and then holding his hammer back and screaming, and then slamming it on the ground, and the shockwave of lightning hits everybody. It's just so cool, and I doubt they would do the same thing. Like, seeing him do that with Mjolnir is just kind of boring. So, "Bring me Thanos!" Oh, ding! It looks kind of pathetic. Like, it looks like he'd just go like, "Bring me Thanos." Yeet. But seeing him jump up in the air and do it and then come back down would just look a lot cooler with Stormbreaker. But those are kind of my reasons why I think Thor Ragnarok and a little bit of Avengers Infinity War helped save Thor. So Ragnarok helped save Thor. They changed it up. They made him actually a likable character and one that I hope has more movies. And I heard Chris Hemsworth said that he's not retiring as Thor after Avengers 4, which is fine because they just gave him a lot of new stuff and I want to see more of it. So tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the video? If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, tell me something we do, or until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.